Coming off of the heels of the huge Black Friday sales that the PlayStation Store was running and the deals you guys picked up at retail, close out the year with big savings at the end of the year sale on the PlayStation Store. So initially, I thought we were going to have a big holiday sale where there would be deals rotating every week. However, we got a new end of year sale right after the Black Friday sale. I don't know if they're still going to do a holiday sale, a New Year sale. I imagine they would because they try to roll out these sales as consistently as possible. And I imagine that ultimately that will be happening. However, this sale with the end of the year sale is absolutely massive. There are a ton of games discounted, and I want to quickly go over some of the highlights, but we will be doing more in-depth videos taking a look at some of the other deals available. What I've noticed about this sale is that there are a ton of back catalog games on sale. The emphasis isn't really on games that are super recent, games that have released in the last couple of months or so. There are some present here. However, the real emphasis is on games that are a little bit older, however, still fantastic deals. And if we're talking about games on a cheaper side, you're definitely going to find a lot of that here since these are games from, 2018, 2017, and even a little bit before that. However, again, as I mentioned, there are some deals on games that released a little bit more recently. But kicking things off, .hack GU Last Recode is 75% off for $12.49. That is a fantastic deal for one of my favorite collection of JRPGs. I love .hack GU. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. It had some redundant environments, and the release pattern on the PS2 was absolutely ridiculous. Released as 3 separate games. It was like $40 or $50 a pop, and yeah, that was a little bit too expensive. But with Last Recode, you get all 3 GU titles, and then you get a smaller 4th episode, and all of that can be had for $12.49. That is a fantastic buy. I also noticed AI The Somnium Files is 30% off for $42, so this is one of those games that is more of a recent release. However, this price is a little bit of a bummer. I believe we had this game for $29.99 at retail during Black Friday. So from a pricing standpoint, it's not the strongest price in the world. However, AI The Somnium Files is still a great game, and if you do want the game digitally, $42 isn't the worst buy in the world, but at this point, I probably would wait a little bit longer until it's $30 digitally as well. Amnesia Collection is down to $6. That's down from $30, so that's a really steep discount. 80% off, and of course you get Amnesia The Dark Descent as well as Amnesia A Machine for Pigs. Dark Descent is really the standout game, and that's one of the most iconic horror games of all time, so to have that on the PlayStation 4 in the collection for $6, that is a really good buy if you do want a quality horror title. Alright, I also want to mention we got a bunch of Assassin's Creed stuff on sale. The typical prices for all of this, but it's never really a bad buy. We've got AC Origins, the gold edition of that for $25. We've got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for $7.49. The gold edition of that can be had for $15. We've got AC Origins, the base game, for $15. We've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The gold edition of that is a little bit expensive at $20.99. The Assassin's Creed Triple Pack, on the other hand, that's Black Flag, Unity, and Syndicate for $29.69. Not the worst price in the world, even though Assassin's Creed Unity is pretty bad. Syndicate is a game that I actually recommend you guys play. It unfortunately did very, very poorly from a commercial standpoint coming off of the release of the lackluster Unity, and I think Assassin's Creed just being a little bit too milked by that point, but I thought Syndicate was a really good game, and Black Flag, of course, I think is excellent. So to get those 3 for $29.69 isn't the worst thing in the world. Doesn't look like Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on sale, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but that goes on sale all the time, so that shouldn't be that big of a deal. We've got Battlefield 4, that's down to $3.99, Battlefield 1 Revolution down to $7.99. A lot of the back catalog EA titles are discounted. I mean, EA Access is a thing now, so that's probably the route I would go if you want to play any of this. Alternatively, I know that some of you guys do like to buy your games and own your games, and BF1 Revolution for $8 definitely isn't bad, and BF4 for $4 isn't a bad buy either. Next up, we have Beyond Two Souls for $7.49. That's an okay deal. Beyond Two Souls is probably my least favorite of the Quantic Dream titles, but still on sale. That's not a horrible buy. I see a bunch of the Call of Duty stuff is on sale. It's a lot of the older Call of Duty titles, so Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, World War II. Unfortunately, as is the case traditionally with the Call of Duty titles, they're still ridiculously expensive. You're talking the gold edition of that for $19.79, Modern Warfare Remastered for $16, Black Ops 4 for $24, the Digital Deluxe for $40. Just really expensive for games that are a little bit on the older side, but nonetheless, they are on sale, and I did want to make note of that. We've got Cat Quest, which is an extremely charming RPG. That's down to $6.49. Don't expect anything too serious in tone out of that game. However, it is a very charming game, very visually pleasing. I love the aesthetic out of that game, and if you do want something a little bit more quirky, humorous, Cat Quest for $6.49 is a good buy. For PS2 games, you've got Dark Cloud 2 as well, down to $6. Dark Cloud 2 is a really good JRPG, so out of those two, definitely would recommend Dark Cloud 2. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin is down to $9.99. Not a bad buy on that. I wish the other Dark Souls titles were discounted, however, Dark Souls 2 is the only one that is seeing a sale. We've got Degrees of Separation, a pretty unique little game there. That's down to $3, so I wanted to make note of that. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory is down to $14.99. That's a really good buy. I thought the Digimon Story games have been relatively good, and Hacker's Memory definitely does enhance the experience a little bit. Digimon World Next Order is down to $15 as well, so steep discounts on both of those. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection is down to $19.79. That is a fantastic buy. It's Diablo 3 with the DLC, can't say much more than that. I imagine the majority of you guys have at least tried out Diablo 3, whether it be you already own the game, you played it on PC, maybe you played it at a friend's house, whatever the case may be. Most of you guys know what Diablo is all about, and if you want it on the PS4, the Eternal Collection is a great buy at $19.79 with all of the content that you're getting. Dishonored 2 is down to $9.99. I really enjoyed Dishonored 2. That's a game that isn't really remembered all too strongly at this point in 2019. I mean, it's not that exceptional of a game where it still warrants being talked about 3 years later, but I thought Dishonored 2 was really freaking good, and at $9.99 I would definitely recommend it. Even if you never played the first title, I would say that Dishonored 2 is worth a look. And by the way, if you didn't play the first title, well, you can fix that by picking up the definitive edition of Dishonored 1 for $6.99. That's a pretty good buy as well. And then Death of the Outsider, the standalone expansion to Dishonored 2, is down to $7.49. Also, I mentioned earlier the EA titles are discounted. Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year edition is down to $9.99. The deluxe edition of Dragon Age Inquisition is down to $4.99. I would definitely pick up the Game of the Year edition for $9.99. That includes all of the DLC as well as the base game. Again, if you do want to subscribe to EA Access, that's an option, but if you do want to own the game, this is a great route to go. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is 50% off for $14.99. I think this is a great buy. However, I would have liked to see this a little bit cheaper. Dragon's Dogma at this point is a little bit older of a release. Even this remastered version came out back in like 2017. The initial game came out all the way back in 2012, so again, would like to see it a little bit cheaper, but as far as challenging open world RPGs go, Dragon's Dogma ranks among the best of them, so for $14.99, it's still a pretty decent buy. Fallout 4 is down to $8.99. Unfortunately, no discount on the Game of the Year edition, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Far Cry 4 down to $19.99. That is way too expensive for Far Cry 4. I don't know if that's a mislabel on the PlayStation Store right now, because the Gold edition is actually $17.49, and that's of Far Cry 4, so figure that one out. If you do want it, the Gold edition is obviously the better buy. However, even at that price point, I probably wouldn't say it's really worth it. Far Cry Primal is discounted as well, but again, too expensive on that, with the digital Apex edition being $17.49. That needs to be a little bit cheaper. We've got God Eater Resurrection, $4.99, God Eater 2 Rage Burst, $14.99, not bad on either of those. God of War 3 Remastered down to $15.99 again. Too expensive on that. That should be a little bit cheaper. GTA 5 is down to $14.99. Really good buy on GTA 5 if you're one of the 4 people in the world that don't own it. Here are 2 games that I would strongly recommend. Gravity Rush Remastered is down to $7.49, while Gravity Rush 2 is down to $9.99. Both tremendous games. Unfortunately, they didn't get all too much attention on the PS4, and unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see a Gravity Rush 3. However, you should definitely go back and play through these 2 titles. They are exceptionally great, and at this price point, definitely worth a buy. Guacamelee 2 is down to $6.99. That's pretty good. Heavy Rain down to $7.49. That, in my opinion, is probably Quantic Dream's best title. You could make an argument either that or Detroit Become Human, but Heavy Rain is exceptional, and I definitely give that a buy. Killzone Shadowfall is down to $7.99. A launch PS4 title that was really the system seller for the PS4, but I've been vocal in the fact of saying that it's not the best game in the world. Definitely one of the weaker Killzone titles. Either this or Killzone 1 are the worst in the entire series. However, for $8, it's still got a decent single-player campaign, and it might not be the worst pickup right now. Kingdom Come Deliverance is down to $14.99. The Game of the Year edition or Complete edition or whatever they call it was on sale for $15 during Black Friday week, so this one just doesn't seem really worth it. I love KCD as a game. However, again, you should really be looking to pick up the Complete edition that includes all of the DLC as well. Mad Max is down to $4.99. I would say that that's a really good buy. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, a game that actually came out on the same day as Mad Max, and it probably hurt that game from a sales standpoint, is down to $7.99 for the definitive experience, so that's an awesome buy, and I would definitely give that a recommendation. Mark of the Ninja Remastered is down to $9.99. Not the best price in the world for that, however, I loved Mark of the Ninja. It's not really going on sale all too much. It's not seeing steeper discounts, so if you want a quality stealth platformer, I would say that Mark of the Ninja Remastered is a great buy. I really enjoyed my time with that one. Need for Speed titles are on sale as well. Odin Sphere Left Tracer is down to $24. I would say that that's pretty good. A bunch of the Resident Evil games outside of Resident Evil 2 are on sale. We're talking about a lot of the older RE titles, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, and Resident Evil 7 all being discounted pretty heavily, so you can check those out. Resogun is down to $374, so that's really good. That's probably the best game out of the PS4 launch. While Killzone Shadowfall was the system seller, Resogun was really the standout title. Shadow of the Colossus, the remake, is down to $9.99. That is an awesome buy. South Park titles are discounted. SteamWorld Dig 2, $7.99 for that. That's a great Metroidvania title. Steins Gate 0, down to $15.99 for that. Steins Gate Elite down to $29.99. I imagine a lot of you guys have been introduced to Steins Gate through the anime. If you want a bigger, in-depth look at the world, the visual novels are a great route to go. And I want to round it out by noting that Order 1886, a game that I constantly try to make happen, is $4.99. This is a game that, yes, initially when it came out in February of 2015, it had a lot of problems, mainly the fact that it was $60 and it was like a 4 to 5 hour experience. But from a game itself, from its visuals, which are staggering even to today, its intricate story, its very good world building, I thought the Order 1886 from a world standpoint had a lot of potential. I highly doubt we'll ever get a follow-up title. However, go back and give 1886 a look. At the very least, it is a visual masterclass, and for $4.99, you don't have the issue that the game is too expensive anymore, so it's definitely worth a buy on that end. So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, a ton of great deals are available, and I didn't even go over everything. Stay tuned because we will be going over this sale more in depth and taking a look at some of the best deals available. The sale will be running until December 23rd. I imagine that a holiday sale will be happening, just on the basis, how are you not going to be having any kind of sales running through Christmas when everybody's getting their Christmas presents, people are getting PlayStation Store cards, and you're not going to be running sales through Christmas Day and through the New Year? I find that a little bit hard to believe. So I don't think this is going to be the last sale of the year. I think this is actually going to parlay into some sort of holiday sale, but that is just my speculation. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.